Is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another edition of On the Road to Victory. And it is Victory Monday, ladies and gentlemen. The music wants to keep playing. I know the party wants to keep rolling on, so let's effing go, baby. We're here for the first of many Victory Mondays here, and well, hopefully we're having a Victory Friday this week. So all about it, baby. But going to be a compressed schedule of things here. Tomorrow, you're going to be getting behind enemy lines and another injury report. Then you'll have top 10 matchups on Wednesday with the game status report. And then we'll have a game on Thursday with the pregame show, postgame show from the link. So I'll do what I can before the game and after. You're not going to have a million graphics and all that because I'll be there. So that is what it is. But we're here to talk about yesterday's game. And I know that it's Victory Monday, but it might not feel like that to you. And, you know, I've seen it. And look, if you guys heard me pregame, I told you my biggest fear was all of these new fans that jumped aboard. We're going to have to deal with them if we have a sloppy game. And, oh, boy, it has been hilarious to see all the overreactions to week one. And, look, I get it. A lot of people don't understand what's going on, don't want to watch the preseason, and that's fine. And look, but those are the same people that don't want to watch anything or know what's going on, but they want to scream the loudest about, how much they know. All these things need to change. So it's so funny. Every year we get this, and, it's Fire Howie and Sirianni traders. We get it. I know the expert analysis out there is just top notch. But yeah, look, to me, a win is a win. And in the NFL, you're going to have tough games. And when you don't play in the preseason, you can be a little rusty, and you're going up against one of the greatest coaches of all time in Bill Belichick, a defensive-minded guy. He can cause problems. So that's what we saw yesterday. Look, I have high aspirations still for this team. I still believe we're winning the Super Bowl, still believe we're building a dynasty here. And, in that time, there are going to be mistakes. There's going to be struggles, especially in the first week with the new offensive and defensive coordinator. And, we're going to talk about all of that under the sun. But if you're new to this channel, you know that, this is essentially just like a Fan Friday. I want to hear your thoughts on this, everything. I brought the snap count with me, and I'll talk about, each position, how I feel about it. But I'd love to hear your thoughts, how you're feeling. Are you done with this team? Is it, we're the new Jets, all this, I've seen it out there. Or are you okay with this? Are you understanding the fact that it's week one? This team is going to obviously have to go through some things to learn some things, and it's better to win when you're going through those things. So I'm okay with the 1-0. And, you don't want to be pissed off during the game. I hate it. I hate having a heart attack. I thought we were going to stomp them when 16-0 right off the bat. Loved it. But, look, you have to sit back and realize that this team, these were very high possibilities. And look, it's perfectly fine. Now you're going up against the Vikings. So in a short week, so you have very little time to get things together. But I think for me, they know the issues they had, and we're going to talk about all those things here. But look, 1-0. That's what I keep coming back to when people ask me, and it's like, look, dude, for me in the NFL, getting a win is a big deal. Anybody can win, and obviously when you want to be the most dominant, you want to be able to beat up on teams like the Patriots. So the only unfortunate part is they have a really good defense with a really great coach. So it is what it is. But let's take a look at this snap count and start talking about some of the stuff that went down with this team and what we can do to change some things. So we'll start it off, and obviously you see the offensive linemen played, and I didn't make my own graphics for this because I just didn't have time, and this just short week is going to piss me off. But you can see the offensive line here, 100%. Obviously, Jalen Hurts. You see Devontae Smith led the way, 4 wide receivers, A.J. Brown behind him, 5 less snaps there. Dallas Goedert, 92% of the game. Did not get a single catch. Okay, that pissed me off. Quez Watkins was in there for 79% of the time. Kenny Gainwell had the most reps there with 41. Swift, only 19. What the hell? Rashad Penny inactive. I'm not okay with that. I need to see Rashad Penny active, and I need to see more of DeAndre Swift and in this offense. I like Kenny Gainwell. I've talked about that, but he's not your bell cow back. I'm a big fan. He did good yesterday. I had a couple issues, and sure, that he's not jumping off the chart at you with the game we had yesterday, but I thought overall he did well, and I think he could do a lot better if you use this as a committee. And I think this offense as a whole does better if you use those running backs. That was a huge thing we talked about this offseason. So what the hell? Whatever. But then, you look at these tight ends here. We had mentioned Goddard not getting anything, but Stoll only in there for 13 snaps. Calcaterra only in there for 4. So very little 12 personnel, non-existent 13 personnel. Going away from your strengths. And look, I know Brian Johnson's his first time play calling. And look, Sirianni helps him with the game plan in the week. So I'm not sure what got away from them. I know they were lacking rhythm. What they changed, I don't know. But plan didn't work so well. So the offense, they know they need to get things together. And you got Brian Flores coming up as defensive coordinator of the Vikings, a good D coordinator. But this defense is not the Patriots, and he is not Bill Belichick. So we got to hope that, this offense is clicking, and it's going to make things easier for the defense. And, the defense was put in a lot of precarious positions yesterday, and I think that, they did a great job. And, let's take a gander at this defense here. And, Slay with that beautiful pick 6. He had a great game. Blankenship thought he had a great game. He had a couple of mistakes I saw, but overall thought he did fantastic. Very excited about his future, but ended up with a rib injury. So today he did not practice. It was a walkthrough, but he's a DNP, so we'll see. Hopefully ready for this game coming up here. Dear Lord, because the other safety next to him, Justin Evans, who played 96% of the time, looked like complete ass out there the entire time. So that was tough for me. Just knowing Sidney Brown is in the wings. But what did I tell you guys? I don't expect him to be the starter off the bat, but I think he will be gradually put in there. Now, I think you're going to have to do that sooner rather than later. But hey, look, it is what it is. And, Edmonds in there, I really thought he was going to be the guy in front of him, but he only played 10 snaps. So for me, I was a little thrown off by that. But, it is what it is there. They're figuring it out. And I think Sidney Brown will eventually be that guy. But then you see Bradbury. He played for most of the game. Obviously, had that concussion. He is in the protocol. He could most likely miss this Thursday. That sucks. But Josh Jobe, I'm a huge fan, so step up, dude. Let's go. Next man up. But then you see Zach Cunningham here. He led the way with the linebackers. Obviously, that Nakobe Dean injury did not help there. You got Sweat and Reddick, the edge rushers there, and both of them just one snap apart there, but they led the way for the edge rushers. You see another lineman here, but this is interior now leading the way. Fletcher Cox, Old Man River, and he was making plays in the fourth quarter, dude. I effing love that. But you see the rotation there. Carter was next up with 40 snaps. Jordan Davis with 35. Then Milton Williams with 33. Told you, those 4 are all going to get their share, and I love it. Now, Fletch, dealing with a little rib injury. He's going to see what that pain feels like on Thursday. But, man, that's pretty intriguing there. If you would just lessen his reps, I think these young guys are going to dominate. So that's just going to happen anyway. But with this injury, obviously he might be the guy with the least. But love that rotation there. Thought all those guys did really well. Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, exactly as advertised. Let's effing go. People still sleeping on Milton Williams. I do not recommend it. But you see Christian Ellis is in there. Nakobe Dean as well. Obviously, Dean's is a little skewed because of that injury, but Ellis came in and, there were times that I was like, oh, Lord, but I thought he did great overall. And we talk about his athleticism, ability to cover. That is something we're going to need. Obviously, Zach Cunningham can't cover, so he's a tackling machine. You need Ellis for the coverage. We talked about possibly elevating Morrow. We signed Rashaan Evans to the practice squad. We'll see if we can get him to pick things up and possibly play this game on Thursday. I highly doubt it, but if you need help, okay, but I would just elevate Nicholas Morrow. You're probably going to elevate Sippos. So we'll see. If they want to elevate Covey again, what are they going to do? But I'm just using Lamade back there if I'm them. But it's what it is. Maybe you sign Morrow to the active roster once you place Nakobe Dean on IR, if that is the move. But we'll see. And then Rashaan Evans maybe is the elevation if you need to. Regardless of that, we'll see how the kid does there. But then you go through and you see Brandon Graham. He was obviously with Derek Barnett there as the rotational pieces behind Reddick and Sweat. And then you see Nolan Smith with only 7 snaps. Now, a lot of people worked up about this. We talked about this. He's going to probably be the 5th man in the rotation for a few weeks here. And that is totally fine. He obviously needs work. He needs to bulk up a little bit. He's going to take some time, and he just dealt with a shoulder injury. So for me, that's not surprising. I think a lot of people are under the impression that he's going to be defensive player of the year, like he's the starter, but that is not the case. Reddick and Sweat are the starters, and they're great, man. As much as people want Nolan to take a job from someone, I want those two to be starters, allow him to continue to grow. So not a big deal there, but I know what the bother is for people, him playing less than Derek Barnett. He's going to get there. Do not fear, but it's a nasty rotation, and I love it, but need to see more pressure here, obviously, heading into this week. I was surprised. Saw a lot more 4-2. I told you 4-2, 5-1 are going to be the top ones, but, you saw more 4-2 when Desai was in Chicago. That's what he did yesterday. You did not see much five-man fronts. You saw them, but I need to see more. I love them. You know how I feel about it, and we dominated last year with them. So we'll see. Maybe he uses those more, and we get some more pressure. Edmonds, we mentioned. You see Job there getting a few snaps. He obviously came in for Bradbury, most likely going to be the one that fills in. You see Street and Tuipulotu there with some reps at the end. Then the rest of the guys, these are special teamers. So when you're going through here, you can see the offensive side of the ball, which guys are playing on special teams. You had Devontae in there for one, Goddard in there for one. You have, certain situations we talk about when you have guys in on special teams, but look, on the defensive side of the ball, Justin Evans starting and playing special teams. It's like, what the hell are you doing there? Dean was playing special teams. Like, dude, don't do that. He's our starting linebacker, but ends up getting hurt. Whatever. Then you see Jordan Davis is playing. Ellis is playing. I mean, some of these guys, like the lineman, Davis, I get that. Okay, he's a big boy. He takes up, a bunch of space. That's awesome. But some of these other guys, like, why are we playing certain starters like Nakobe Dean? Like, get Ellis in there. If you need to elevate a linebacker, put him back there, but whatever. See, Edmonds, he got a lot of snaps. Job at 22. And one thing that sucks is Job is a special teams ace. And we talked about he and Sidney Brown. They did great this past week, but we're going to need someone to take his role if Job is the one, So, hey, Goodrich, if somebody wants to step it up, Ringo, Ricks, let's go, baby. So somebody's going to get a shot there. But you can see those were all the snaps from throughout the game. And, to me, I thought, obviously, this offense just struggled to get things going. And that, again, put the defense in really crappy position. So I thought overall defense did great. It was the offense that was like, ugh. But the offense doesn't worry me. I think they're great. So you just build on the things, and the players and other coaches, they're going to help Brian Johnson get things. So we'll see. You think Allie will probably make a trade? Linebackers, Nakobe Dean is hurt. But yeah, like we just were talking about there, I'm sure Howie could look to add there. Now, when we're talking about, this offense, you talk about Jalen Hurts. Obviously, got to trade him. Guy can never develop this. That's what we're dealing with last year. You see the Lions game. It was a close game. Everybody after that, fire everyone, trade everyone. Shoo, that's what we're dealing with again here. Overreactions out the ass, insanity here. Jalen Hurts is going to be fine. He's going to learn this again. Rhythm was just not there. I think, just doing some things where you see with a preseason, he can knock that rust off, make those stupid mistakes. And look, the joint practices are great and all that, but this is what we talk about, and you're going to expect these kind of things, and you don't really want to get hurt in the preseason, but you also don't want to be super rusty. So pick your poison, but you walked away with a win. So Jalen Hurts, to me, obviously that fumble at the end, that sucked, but I mentioned it last night. Why put him in that position? Why are you even calling that play? Why not have Rashad Penny healthy and then run the ball with him? I just, whatever, dude. So Hurts, to me, laughable. Everybody's back to trading him. Nope, I'm good. QB1. Running backs, pissed. Swift only got 2 touches, was in there for, 19 snaps? That's stupid as hell. Rashad Penny didn't even play. Dumb as hell. Get him in there, making the kick returner. Wide receivers, Devontae and AJ, they were doing their thing, but again, we really just needed to get it going throughout the whole game. We can dominate anyone. We have 2 studs at wide receiver. You can see it at times. So it's like, what are we doing here? And they have great corners. So, well, it is what it is, but the wide receivers, not worried there. Quez and Alameda, I thought, they were going to be capable of stepping it up, but this offense wasn't even getting anybody going. So whatever there. Tight end, talked about it. If you don't get Dallas Goedert involved, that is the dumbest thing you could possibly ever do. So that needs to happen. Going to stress that over and over again. Then on the defensive side of the ball, I thought interior-wise, Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, you see exactly why I wanted us to draft exactly those two the last 2 years. I want to dominate in the trenches. I want to see Hall of Famers, and I believe those two will be. I think they're studs. And I got a lot of heat for that, but I'm telling you, you will see. These dudes, they are as advertised. Now, I've talked about Milt. Fletch looking great in his age, so love the interior. Love that Street and Tuipulotu are even there. You got a great rotation. Edge rushers, if everybody steps it up, best line in the league, we're going to dominate. So Reddick, Sweat, Barnett, BG, Nolan Smith, I think they'll continue to grow. This, again, I want to see more odd fronts. I want this multiple scheme defense to really be used a lot, and that's what the Patriots do. That's what Bill Belichick does, a lot of these defenses, and you'll see on behind enemy lines. So we've got the Vikings. They also, you know what I mean? It's like, I'll show you 12 starters because I want you to see what the odd fronts look like. I want you to see when the nickel corner is in there, just like with the Eagles. The NFL is changing. And just because the social media teams for these, all the NFL teams have no idea what these positions are, doesn't mean we can't understand it and I can't explain it to you because, it's bad out there, dude. But it is what it is. But I've been showing you what this rotation looks like, where these guys are actually playing, how you can move these things around, and the versatility of some of these players. And we talk about guys like Nolan Smith, somebody that can play a little off-ball linebacker. Not so sure you want to use him there that much, but you definitely can try to acclimate him there. But we're still working on making him an edge rusher. So to me, you don't need to rush him there to try to learn. I think that's why you bring in Evans. You'll elevate Morrow. But speaking of linebacker, that clearly is going into the season. I mean, the entire season, off season, it was my biggest question mark. Well, what are we doing there? Now, I like Nakobe Dean, but, he's not here. He's going to be out multiple weeks. And Christian Ellis, love his coverage, love the promise of the kid, but he still needs to develop. Nicholas Morrow is on the practice squad now, and we talked about him. I like his athleticism and stuff, but we'll see. And, Zach Cunningham, a tackling machine, can't really cover, though. So now you're left with Morrow, Cunningham, and Ellis, and it's like, ooh, you got Van Sumeren on the practice squad. You just brought in Rashaan Evans. So big question mark. So to repeat it for the millionth time, how we can always and will always be looking to improve. So when things like this happen, look for Howie to not only sign guys on the practice squad, but maybe make a trade, maybe sign a veteran. He's always going to do that. Now, we try to get Zach Cunningham. We try to get Miles Jack. And then, obviously Morrow was earlier. But now you have, this situation where it's like, okay, you got these old dudes, but now Dean, the guy you assume would be there, is no longer here. So what are you going to do? And I've talked about Patrick Queen a million times. I've talked about so many names. So for me, it's clear as day. You can make moves. Howie's always looking. So I don't know why he wouldn't want to improve it. But, they don't put too much of an emphasis. So if they don't find the right deal, no one's there, then Rashaan Evans is going to be a piece that is worked with. And they'll try to get it done. But teams will exploit that. That is a weakness, especially with Dean out there, because he did a good job before he was injured. And I think, it's going to be much different with, having Ellis and Cunningham in there. So we'll see. But maybe Morrow gets elevated, gets a start because he's used to it, and you see all three of them. I don't know. We'll see. But going to be intriguing. Herschel, what the hell, man? Sorry about that, but Herschel just doesn't want to shut the hell up. Yeah, we won. We know. So he's getting that message across. My dog doesn't ever shut the hell up. It drives me insane. But look, let's be real here. This team, that's the biggest question mark. Now, at safety, that was the other one that we talked about. Do you add to the room or do you kind of just wait it out till Sydney's ready? And I think they might wait it out, but it was a surprise, again, to me that Evans was starting over Justin Evans. I would have Edmonds starting, maybe this Thursday, but I would be having Sidney Brown playing defense and then eventually starting here in the next week or two because I know he's still raw, he's still young, and he needs some time, but bro, I don't care. Let him learn, on the run, man. That's my opinion here because this team, we're going to need to learn, and it's better to learn in the beginning. And I'm excited about his future. So let's go. Doing well, my man. Hope you are well also. Thanks for tuning in. Think of our kickbackers. Play like shit. We get another team backup linebacker. These kickbackers, no doubt. Yeah, no doubt. Definitely think we will get together, but can't lie. Nervous about the Vikings game. Yeah, I don't like short weeks. Liz, appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate that super chat. Cannot thank you enough. Look, this short week, just as I've talked about all off season, and I talk about every year, I hate it. I hate them all. I hate when the short weeks, and you know what the NFL was trying to do. Maybe we can get them hurt, playing up against the Patriots' tough defense, put them on a short week. That's good for them. They got their wish. They hurt a couple of our players. They're going to try to do it again here Thursday. We got to stay healthy. We got to do our thing. I truly hate these short weeks, but what's great is, a lot of people don't, watch around the NFL. So, the season's over for the Eagles. No other team did bad. No other quarterbacks lost. Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs did not lose to the Lions. Burrow did not lose to the Browns and have a horrible game. It didn't happen. It just never happened. And, it's just really weird, to see that stuff. And you see a team like the Vikings that we play on this Thursday lost to the lowly Tampa Bay Buccaneers with Baker Mayfield. So, to me, they should be more worried than anything. They just lost to the Buccaneers. We won, and it was against Bill Belichick. So, to me, I hate it. I hate short weeks. But because I hate injuries and I hate what the NFL is trying to make money and trying to hurt these guys, especially because they're Eagles. So I'm with you, 100%, Liz. I hate them. But guess what? This Eagles team, they might be sleeping until it's over now. Oh, guess what? We're only going to be 10 times more pissed. And one thing they're forgetting is that, this game, it's at the link. So I'm going to be there. And I think this year, I was hopeful for the first game. Most fans were going to be on board. We might get some boo birds here. We might have people against the team to start. But I promise you, I'll be there. I'll do everything I can like I have the last few years, trying to turn everybody around, get them to cheer for the Eagles. And I think that good juju is going to push us to where we need to be. So this team's going to come out. They want to prove to us that, hey, we're a lot better than what we were showing this past Sunday. That's just my opinion. I think we're going to come out swinging. Hilarious. Love the fact that you just pop in and you're one of my most supportive followers here. And I love it, dude. You're tuning in at work, tuning in late at night, in the morning. I cannot thank you enough for that. Always with the great questions, the great comments, always make me laugh. I love it. I truly do. And you're always dealing with all the weirdos and the people always coming. I don't know what it is, Liz, but they're always coming at you. But I truly do appreciate you. Hope you're having a great night at work. And I hope you don't ever get in trouble. You just give me the key word and I'll start talking about whatever your job is. You just tell them, I'm at a seminar. I'll take all this stuff down and I'll just say, this is how you... Whatever you need, I got you. But truly appreciate that. I really do. Follow a recent creator. They had like 2 major injuries. Wow, the Ravens. Right? And you talk about it. And there's so many comments like, we got hurt, this happened. And it's like, yes, this is the NFL. People get hurt. Do you want it to happen? No, but it's so weird when people are like, screw Sirianni or screw Howie. Like, yep. They knew this guy was getting hurt. Like, it's just, you know what I mean? So but I'm with you. I mean, we should be grateful that none of these injuries that were sustained are serious. Jacoby Dean does not need surgery. He will be fine. So, look, the other guys, we're hoping for the best news. We don't know exactly yet, but another injury report will out tomorrow, and then we get game status report on Wednesday. So we'll know in a couple of days if they're out, questionable, all that stuff. I'll keep you up with that. And again, I didn't know this weekend what I was doing, but you guys missed out on a lot of content. I created so many graphics for absolutely nothing, but at least I have the template down. But all these shows, you're going to get broken down, but I have to now cram them this week to show you. But when we get the practice squad elevations and all that stuff, I'm going to make you an updated depth chart. So tomorrow morning, I'm going to finish up the last of behind enemy lines, and then I'll give you everything you need to know, but it's going to have a depth chart. I'll keep that thing updated throughout. So I've got most of it loaded up here. I'll give you a little sneak peek here, but go behind enemy lines. And look, again, a short week, so you're going to be getting all this stuff thrown at you pretty fast here. But, that one will not be live, but I'll drop it for you. And it's got all that stuff, just like, it'll change after when we get to Tampa Bay. It'll change because I'll actually have stats from this year. But talk about the offseason roster moves. You get a look at their depth chart. Actually, we have an injury report, so you'll have that. Who's on their reserves. Just everything that's going on for them. You'll get to know everything you need to know. Who is new to the team, who's been there, all that stuff. But got most of it ready. Tomorrow I'm going to try to drop that for you in the afternoon. Get that out to you. You'll get that. Then you'll get the injury report. You'll get all kinds of stuff. And then if any moves are made or anything, then, well, I'll try to give those to you as well. But look, I'm excited. The football's back. And Liz, I know you heard me when I said it, but the one thing I was worried about is the team, struggling a little, and then we have to deal with these fans and the media people. Season's over. It's all. That was my biggest fear. So I'm confident the Eagles are going to figure things out. I'm just ready to get through these next few days, go beat the hell out of the Vikings, and then hear everybody, oh, I told you the Eagles would go to the Super Bowl. So I'm ready for that. But that's my biggest question mark other than linebackers. Just, are we going to have to deal with this for much longer? God help us all. Boston, weird. Yeah, that's very odd when, and it must be because they had a big win. He's going, oh, great job. If he would have lost, he would have been talking straight crap. But, or she, that's hilarious that, they're a Cowboys fan. I'm always trolling. I've got some in my neighborhood that, everything is decked out in Eagles, car, house, and not just me, everything, everybody knows. So I'm always on their ass. But yeah, they had a big win, but Dak Prescott did absolutely nothing. So pretty weird. Was it Dak or was it the team? Oh, are the Cowboys looking to trade Dak Prescott, fire Jerry Jones? Oh, I wonder if they're going to have to go through the same stuff. But hilarious. Glad he didn't fire you, but watch out. Those are backhanded compliments, and he's up to something, or she, so watch it. But question is, who replaces Bradbury? That would be Josh Jobe, as he did this past game. So I'm a huge fan of Josh Jobe. Love his physicality, and I compared him to James Bradbury last year when I went to – you remember when I went to the closed practice last year, got to be standing right next to these guys. I literally thought Josh Jobe was James Bradbury, and I'm like, that's not 28. I'm like, that's Josh Jobe. And at the time, I think he might have a different number. But, dude, it was fun to watch him. And I told you, I think this kid's making the damn roster. So, you guys know I'm a huge fan of Josh Jobe. Saying our linebackers are trying to. Yeah, Dan Tilio is probably one of the least intelligent analysts I've ever seen. That guy truly does not know football. I think Hurts reverted back to 2021. I don't think he reverted back then. I still think he's that guy from 2021. That great, badass quarterback that's driven, that all the stupid analysts and fans were saying could never develop. That makes my heart sing, because those people are right back. I knew, Dan Silio's, he's the worst ever. And it's like, don't be mad you don't know anything about football, big dog. So, no, I don't think he reverted back to that great guy in 2021. I still think he's that badass dude. You guys remember when I had his chef and trainer on in 2020 or 2021, whatever it was, when I was trying to get everyone aboard the Hurts train. I try to explain it. This dude is him, and he's never going to change just because, some analysts are offended or fans are upset. Dude's still going to get better and better and better, and I can't wait to see it. Yeah, he's quite special. Let's be real here. Go Birds! Appreciate you all tuning in, though. But that's all I've got for you. I gave you my opinion on all of it. The corners, that, to me, obviously, they're the best trio in the game. So when you lose Bradbury, it's unfortunate, but Jobe and the rest of the guys, I think, we're 7 deep. So thank God we're so deep. I like those guys. We'll see how the Eagles plan to do, what to do there. But I think Jobe will be the guy. So that's all I've got for you tonight, ladies and gentlemen. But as I said, tomorrow in the afternoon, it won't be live, but I'll be dropping Behind Enemy Lines. I love hearing from you on that one. Then you'll have later in the afternoon an injury report. And then top 10 matchups is going to be Wednesday early, and then you're going to have a game status report, practice squad elevations, and any moves or anything in between. I'm going to try to do live and throw it all in there. So, oh my God. But yeah, it's going to be nuts. But I'll keep you up to date with everything that's happening. Yo, China, appreciate you tuning in. I was actually just heading out. We were going through, talking about everything, enjoying the victory Monday, even though for a lot of people it doesn't feel like it does to me. My Eagles winning is always a plus, and I understand, and I just talked about all of the things that I think, need to be fixed and worked on. But I will never be like the media. I will never overreact. Season's over. Trade hurts. Fire Howie. Never going to be like that. So I think we're going to whoop the Vikings' ass, and everyone will be right back on board. Promise you that. Not worried about it either. Exactly. So what did we talk about? All offseason, China, right? So when these things do happen, that's what depth is for. And like we talked about, these injuries will happen. Things will happen. And, everybody's going to jump ship when they do. And it's over. They don't remember how we won a Super Bowl, but that's fine. I don't think they were fans until after that. So I get that. But, next man up. This team is a brotherhood, and we're going to figure it out. And clearly we were sloppy and things needed to be worked on. Last year we were sloppy in week 1, and, well, we ended up in the Super Bowl when everyone said we would be the next Jets, needed to fire Howie, Sirianni, and trade Hurts. So just think about how crazy that is. Just 1 year ago, exactly. Right now, everyone's saying to get rid of all of our players, all of our staff. And we went to the Super Bowl. So try not to listen to those people. Try to stay listening to people that know what they're talking about. That's what I prefer. F those people. But I love all of you. Cannot thank you enough. Thank you for getting through that offseason. Thank you for staying strong through this week 1 as we all laugh at all the overreactions. Let me know your favorite overreaction for the week. Leave it down below. I'd love to hear it because I've seen some pretty hilarious ones so far. But we'll be right back in action on Thursday whooping some Viking ass. So no need to fear here, ladies and gentlemen. But tune in tomorrow for Behind Enemy Lines, injury report, all that stuff. Any kind of signings or trades happen in between that, I will be back. But until then, I am Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. I want to thank you all again for tuning in. Thank you, Liz, for that super chat. Hope you all have yourselves a great night. Stay safe out there. And as always, say it with me now, go Birds!